It's up for some best effing MLB bets on this big Thursday. Pete McCarthy filling in for Greg Ehrenberg once again here for OddsShopper. What we got going on? Thursday night football kicking off the NFL season with the Bills and the Rams. You can check out all of the NFL content that is swimming around for DFS, for best NFL bets. Be sure to check all of that out. But hey, appreciate you still grinding this MLB schedule as we get to the home stretch here. Hey, give us a like, subscribe as you watch this video and take it all in. You get alerts when our best effing MLB bets comes up every single day. So make sure to make that happen if you are grinding out this MLB season in this way. So we got some good picks for you. We got a great deal from DraftKings we'll tell you all about, and much more over the course of the next few minutes. So let's say we get right into the picks here, and we begin with Dylan Cease taking on the Oakland Athletics. The over-under on this strikeout line is at 8.5. It's a big line once again, not unlike Spencer Strider yesterday. We tried for Strider yesterday. He just edged it out. I only went 6 innings, but was able to get that 9th strikeout, the final batter he faced. We're going to go right back to the under on an 8.5 line against the A's here with Dylan Cease. The projections like this, they project Cease for under 7 strikeouts today. A 78% win chance. You're not going to get necessarily plus odds on this, but it's a great return on investment in terms of what our numbers are throwing out there at Stochastic at 31%. And why is that? Well, Dylan Cease hasn't been striking out a ton of guys over the course of the last couple of months. He hasn't reached 9 strikeouts in a game since July 12th. So we're almost at 2 full months since Cease has been able to do that. That's 9 straight starts. I understand the A's are a below average offense, but if this is something that he hasn't done in months, we'll take a shot at it. And that's why I think the numbers really like this. We've even have a head-to-head matchup between Cease and the A's relatively recently, back on July 31st. Only 7 strikeouts for Cease in 6 innings of work in that game. So the projections are there. The track record is there. I think it passes the sniff test. You're looking at a lot of strikeouts trying to get to 9 over the course of a game. It's a lot of different ways that this could go. The White Sox could score a ton of runs, build up a big lead. Cease doesn't have to go deep into the game. You could just see what we've seen in the last couple months, which is not a lot of strikeout stuff from Dylan Cease. So this makes some sense. Also, you look at the MLB betting model that we have over at Stochastic. It likes the A's to win the game. Not sure I'd jump all over this, but at plus 160, it sees a 7% return on investment. You want to take a shot on a dog and, fade Dylan Cease and the strikeouts here. It makes a little bit of sense. JP Sears is going for Oakland. He has been good since being dealt from the Yankees to the A's. 2.37 ERA overall this season. He's made 5 starts with the A's, hasn't given up more than 3 runs in any of them. So Sears gives you a competitive pitcher on the mound against Dylan Cease here. So you want to fade Cease, get some plus money, and make sure it's significant. We're looking at plus 160 is what you can find on OddsShopper. You could back the A's and fade Dylan Cease on the strikeouts as well. Hey, we've got this great deal with DraftKings, and what a perfect time to jump into their DraftKings Sportsbook if you have not already. If you make a $5 bet on either the NFL or college football, they're going to put $200 in your account instantly. So make sure to make that happen if you haven't already. If you haven't joined DraftKings Sportsbook, if it's legal in your area, jump in there. Again, we got a ton of content to help you out, even if you don't know a ton about what's happening with the Bills and the Rams, or you don't know where that edge is going to be. Follow all of our content here at OddsShopper, and you'll find we'll pluck some good numbers for you and some advantageous hits that you can do. You don't just have to play the money lines. You can find the player props and really find some edges here. Same thing with college football. Ton of videos coming your way as we go into week 2 of the college football season this weekend. And you can't really go wrong if you're putting down a $5 bet and getting $200 in your account, regardless of whether or not the bet hits. So be sure to check that out. You could claim that in the link, the video description below. Click that. Put down a $5 bet this weekend, tonight, whatever you want. And boom, they're throwing $200 in your account. So be sure to make that happen. All right, looking elsewhere, I'm not a big fan of dumpster diving in general and trying to hit, plus 800s and plus 1000s and, trying to find these kind of oddball, they hit once a week kind of numbers. But we're going to look at one today that really jumped out at me, and it's Joey Meneses' home run line. If he hits a home run today, you can find it at plus 800. Now, it's not a great matchup. I'll say that right off the bat. He's taking on Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals. Wainwright, at 40 years old, he's still getting it done. Doesn't give up a ton of home runs. We know that Meneses has showed some great power since coming up. This Nationals lineup has hit quite a bit over the course of the last week. You look at what Meneses has done since finally getting the opportunity in the big leagues. 7 home runs in 31 games. He's proven he's a big league hitter after a long stint in the minor leagues. He's trying to prove that, hey, I'm a guy that should be a big leaguer, even if it's a role player in the future. And I think he's doing that with the Washington Nationals here. So why does this jump out? Well, it jumps out on our betting model and what you see on OddsShopper. And I think it makes some sense here, right? We'll do some simple math. Meneses has 7 home runs in 31 games. So he homers every 4 to 5 games. He's able to hit one out of the ballpark. Now, Adam Wainwright's a tough guy to hit it out against, but look at plus 800. It's essentially a 1 in 8 chance. We're giving Meneses a 1 in 6 chance of homering today. I know the math's getting a little wonky, but you can see what that edge might be, whether that's 2 to 3 plate appearances against Wainwright and then getting a shot at the bullpen. Meneses and the Nationals are on the road, so we won't get cheated out of the 9th inning. If the Nationals are ahead, should get at least 4 chances to hit one out in this game. We look at it as a 16% chance of Meneses hitting a home run in this game, right? Simple math, 1 out of 6. You're getting 1 out of 8 at plus 800. So there is a positive run there. Now, again, this is something that hits maybe once a week if you play it every single day. But we're looking at Joey Meneses, so we'll take a shot on this one. I think it does make some sense. Another game where our betting model likes an underdog in this spot. It's not a crazy great ROI here, but it is positive. Plus about 8% for the Washington Nationals if you can find them at plus 225. The Nationals, I've been backing them a couple of times over the course of this week. We had a hit on Labor Day, didn't hit Tuesday. Last night, they blew that 5-run lead in the 9th inning, but the Nationals, they've been playing tough against the St. Louis Cardinals. They played the Mets tough this past weekend. They did well against the A's last week. They've been playing some good baseball over the course of the last week. And Josiah Gray is the kind of pitcher that has the ability to go out and dominate. He's kind of all over the place, bit of a Jekyll and Hyde kind of guy. He can put up double-digit strikeouts and dominate a game. He can also get shelled and give up 6 runs like he did last time against the New York Mets. But I don't mind taking a shot at a pitcher with that kind of upside if we're looking at plus 225 on the line for an offense that has been hitting quite a bit. And we're already looking at Joey Meneses on the home run line and getting him to hit one out in this game against St. Louis Cardinals. So I think you could look at the Nationals as well as another dog to take a shot on. I'll throw a third dog at you on the money line. Not as big a dog, but the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Plus 115 is the number against Philadelphia. And why is it close to even? Because Sandy Alcantara is throwing in this game for Miami, the likely NL Cy Young Award winner. Now, Alcantara has been hit hard in 2 of his last 3 starts, but there's nothing there that tells you, oh, he's fading down the stretch. He's not going to be able to get big outs. I mean, he got hit hard by the Braves and by the Dodgers. And to be fair, the middle game of these last 3, he threw a complete game and allowed only 1 run and a win. So Sandy Alcantara is just fine. He's still pitching at a very high level. He has the ability to just throw a complete game. The Marlins typically win when Alcantara is on the mound, 16-11 in games that Alcantara has started. And that's what you figure when you have one of the best pitchers in baseball. I'll always take a shot on an ace-like pitcher like Sandy Alcantara if you're giving me plus money on it. And it's not as if he's facing, say, Aaron Nola of Philadelphia here. He gets Kyle Gibson and his pedestrian 4.5 ERA, the kind of pitcher that you can put some runs up against. And Sandy Alcantara should need a whole lot of them. Not expecting a ton of runs in that game in Miami, not with Alcantara on the hill. And so I think that you can make a strong case for the Marlins pulling this one out. The numbers like it as well. You look at our stochastic betting model, which is something you should always be checking out before you start putting in your MLB picks for the day. Plus 7% return on investment on the Marlins. Again, if you can find them at plus 115, get that plus money. You can find it on OddsShopper with the best odds are at that very moment, and all the tools that you could put together to give yourself the best chance of making some money on this Thursday. So be sure to check that out. A few picks for you there. Again, I like the Marlins as a dog. I like Joey Meneses hitting a home run today, whether it be against Adam Wainwright or the bullpen. Don't matter. Get one out. And then Dylan Cease, we're going under on 8.5 strikeouts. You could consider taking the Oakland A's and the whole thing there. It's a big plus money as well. Again, if you haven't signed up for DraftKings Sportsbook, you have that opportunity. Jump on this offer. The link is in the video description below. A $5 bet on the NFL and college football this week. We'll give you a ton of information here on OddsShopper that you can check out so you're not doing it blind. And even if you are, they're throwing $200 in your account. So be sure to get that free money. Check that out. Best of luck today, guys.